good to go. Okay, great. First of all, welcome everybody to our AI Collective Chicago chapter meetup. Tonight is a special one. It is actually a partner event with Make.com. And Make.com is a company that does business workflows. And some of you, from talking with you, you're already familiar with it. So this will be a hands-on experience for you. And it's not going to be very organized, I have to say. Well, in some ways, in the sense that, it's not like you need to, everybody follow a strict, way of doing things. It's just that it's an introductory a set of materials, plus Arturo from Make.com. He's an enterprise sales team person from Make.com. He's going to be here shortly. So that's why I'm going to be saying a few words while we're waiting for him. He's based in Chicago, but the company Make.com is based in Europe. I believe it's in Czech Republic or Germany, that area. So he's representing like the sales team in the US. But he has another sales meeting, so he's nearby. He said he'll be here a little bit after 6. So I will be talking about things and interacting with you in the meantime. And also, if you have questions, you're welcome to ask as well, and then doing some introductions too. So that's kind of the agenda I'll show you shortly too. But first, before we start, I want to send a big, huge thank you to David Giard, the partner solutions architect from Microsoft. This is really beautiful venue, and I'm sure some of you have been to some of our events before. It's always very nice, and it's just a great space. And this is a prime location, and we actually have the good fortune of being able to use this venue. And thank you so much. And also, may I ask you afterwards too, to make sure you pick up things before you leave too. So, but for now, let me invite David to say a few words for us too. So, okay. Yeah, thank you. And let me make sure I got sorry. Okay, sorry.
Logistically, there are restrooms right over here. The exit is also over here, just in case there's a fire in the room, which there probably will not be, but you never know. And I do want to give one advertising.
That's
we
right.
are next month on November the 5th. I run a user group. It's the Chicago Cloud Computing User Group, and it's right here, Wednesday, November 5th. And our featured speaker next month is, can I have a drum roll, please? Mary Grigleski.
Oh,
thank you. Mary Grigleski talk about.
This will be event streaming and multi-agentic workflow. So
and you can sign up.
Yep. Thank you.
You see that on the screen? ChicagoCloudUG.com. That'll just take you to the meetup site.
I almost forgot. Thank you.
ChicagoCloudUG.com. We'll take there or search for it on meetup.com. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much again, David. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Okay, we'll go back here. So thank you again, David, and to Microsoft Chicago again. Next thing, what a nice surprise. I'm able to put together this slide really quickly because Sean, I actually didn't put his name, but Sean Zhang is from Detroit. He's the head of Detroit chapter. And I was like so excited. I said, really, you are here. So thank you. So please come and say a few words too. And Sean just recently started the Detroit chapter. So yeah.
You can comment, but
yes, okay. I just said, yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, fine. Okay, I'll stand near you.
Well, very nice to meet everyone. I'm the co-lead of the Detroit chapter. So, the AI Collective is a non-profit organization that has, I think we're over 100,000.
Yes, for the AI Collective. Yeah.
And this is all, grassrooted from a couple of college grad students in San Francisco. I think 3 years ago.
Yeah,
right?
something
and,
like that.
And really, it's amazing how what AI is kind of bringing attention to everybody. If you ever come to Detroit, let us know. Check us out in Luma. We'll be posting events in Luma too. We just had an event with OpenAI that we did a custom GPT build hackathon with OpenAI last month. And then before that, we did a hackathon with Windsurf, one of the vibe coding IDEs that in Detroit. So definitely not prepared for this, but very nice to meet you all.
Thank you.
If you ever come to Detroit, let me know.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sean. And Sean has actually hands-on experience with Make.com, so I said, great, I'm pulling him in, to give us some pointers as well. So yes, thank you.
Yeah, it's using Make.com as a first tool because I had no technical background whatsoever. But it's been great. I went through all the academics in Make.com, got an expert badge. It was one of the great no-code classes out there. So I myself is an advocate for Make.com. So yeah, to help whenever I can.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you again. Yeah, wonderful. So, okay, so now today, this event too is also part of the Make.com AI World Tour USA. And so this is actually, they're starting off in Chicago. So we have the fortune of being the first chapter to be hosting this. So give us feedback too. And also, you are also contributing to making this tour, the workshop better too. And we're expecting Arturo Corrales, who's coming now. He's one of the enterprise sales team's engineer representative too. And he's doing a sales meeting. So that's why he's going to run late. So he told me that he'll be here after 6, maybe by like 6:10, 6:15, he should be here. Then he'll take over and talk more in depth about Make.com. And in the meantime, let me also then step through a couple like housekeeping thing and also let you know the agenda. So as such, we already have done 45 minutes or so or more of social networking and welcome, pizza, all these things. There will be more food later, just little sweets too in between. So then now we're doing intro and announcements, and then Make will be here with Arturo doing intro and demo. Then we'll start the hands-on lab, and if you have brought your laptop, that would be great. You can put your hands into it. If not, you can maybe share with people next to you too. And then we'll take a short break. As I said, we'll have some little sweets and chat a little bit. Then we'll come back again and do the second part of the labs. And it's meant to be more, fun than it is with very serious. The idea is for you to kind of get hands-on experience. And then we'll have some Q&A and closing. And thank you, David. It's always letting us here stay a bit longer to talk and chat. So that's the plan until he kicks us out. So, okay. So that's the agenda. David.
Issues with this earlier. So I would recommend go back to the agenda. Once not back, I would recommend that for the the highest point presentation, the folks in that one just move over this way. There's some seats here, and you do the hands-on line, go back. Hands-on labs, go back to those seats. That's what I recommend.
Okay.
That system's acting up over there.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, cool. Yeah, so these are not a hard and fast rule for 60 minutes. We can kind of play it by ear too. So roughly, pick something from the list of things you want to try out, and we'll be around to answer questions too. That's the idea. So, okay. And then just really quickly too, just about AI Collective. And as such, Sean already gave an introductory talk. And actually, this set of slides is older that I took from. We said 90,000 plus pioneers. Now we are 100,000 too, so plus. And also to global chapters, we're actually up to over 100 now. I believe it's 105. So we are all over the world. And if you also have connections to like foreign countries and you know of anybody that wants to start a chapter, feel free to talk to us too. And I'm also on the global expansion team. So yeah, and I can help too with that. So in many countries now. And then we have plenty of events, many team members and partner organizations as well, very friendly. As you can find out, we have members from all of the major AI-related product firms, services firms, and partners and all that, as some of you may be already working for one of these companies in here too, but there are plenty of companies that we're affiliated with. Okay, so what this means for you tonight is basically we want to build up a very vibrant community to learn and share and kind of grow together. We believe AI should be human-centered and serving humans rather than taking control of us. And these are like really excellent opportunities and a platform where you can exchange ideas with one another. And if you have ideas, if you want to be speaking, at our meetups, just let us know too. We're open to that. And if your companies or yourself, if you have a company would like to sponsor our events, please by all means talk to us too. We are always constantly looking for sponsors too to help us out. We are a nonprofit, so yeah, that's it. And then if you want to join the community, there's a QR code here, and you can also go to aicollective.com and find us too. If you kind of look up top there are chapters there, how do you join? You can search for those links and then fill out very simple form. We'll take care of you from there too. So. Okay, and then today's live stream. And so some of you already on the live stream, you already know it. But if you want to know the bit.ly link and also a QR code is here. And I can also share the slide deck if you need it too. And or if you want to share with your friends who who are remote too, wants to watch us too. And thank you. Actually, let me go back. Thank you so much again to Che Hu too. He's started helping me with the Chicago Java Users Group, and I asked him for help. He's been so great, and his video is like top rated, really high quality especially for amateur too. You're doing it also as a side job to help us out. So thank you very much. I want to thank Che Hu for doing that. So, yeah. And also, too, for a free account at make.com, we'll display these again, but this is the promo link and also the QR code, too. And this will give you 1 month of pro plan with 20,000 ops, too. And you can activate it before December 31st. So there's still some time. So I encourage you, if you want to get free account to try things out, you can use that. Okay, so I believe Arturo is here, so that's actually perfect timing. So I can hand this off to Arturo and also do a quick introduction as well. Yeah, so Arturo, I already mentioned Corrales, yes. Yeah, and you are an enterprise sales team member. Yeah, so yeah, he's going to talk in depth about make.com and also show demo and also have agents example as well. So yeah, so I'll hand this off to you right now. Perfect timing.
This is for the demo later on, whenever we get a chance.
Yeah, okay. So you know what? Before I do that, I almost forgot. I was just going to say our Chicago chapter, I'm so sorry, because I was going to go through that slides, introduce, and then it's actually here. So just wanted to tell you right now we have 10 members of our Chicago chapter, leadership team and volunteers. So Jonathan, who's here, head of Chicago. Thank you so much, Jonathan. He's just amazing. Thank you. And we're almost 1 year old. So please go and sign up for our first year anniversary demo night, which will be at M Hub. So that one, I think Brennan too, who is here, Brennan will be also leading that as well. And then Eric Dechen, he was going to come, but he has something else, so he can't be here. Martina also has a young daughter, so she can't be here tonight, but Martina has been wonderful helping with members and onboarding, and then myself. And also our newest helpers, Crystal Rogers. Crystal, yeah, great. And Crystal has been great checking you all in, so let her know if you haven't checked in yet. And Nicholas Rufino, he's our student, and he's also the university liaison for the Chicago area. So he's at UIC. He'll be running an event next Monday, the 27th, too. So if you'd like to join, go to our AI Collective Luma page. You'll find it and talk to us. If you can't get in, we'll get you in. So. And then Yue Shen, thank you so much. Yue is a data scientist in Chicago. He's been really wonderful too, like helping us a lot. And these 3 members just recently joined us. So thank you very much. And then Jenny and Quentin, who are volunteers and helping us, dropping in once in a while. So if you're interested, please let us know if you'd like to come by and help, and even just drop in for an event or two. That will be very helpful. So that's all I have for now. Before I turn it, now it's Arturo's turn. So thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, here. And let me, you got mic up.
Yes.
Oops.
Check.
Yeah. And you also got the room, this one too.
I did my hotspot for my phone, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you don't need, okay.
Yeah.
So you don't need this one. Okay, I'll turn it off. Okay, let me I'll move this away from you. Wrong side. Sorry.
Take your time.
Okay. Do that. Get it out.
All right. Can everybody hear me? Check. We good? Okay. No?
Okay.
I did. Oh, sorry. Okay.
This one. Yeah, that's why I was wondering.
This is the one.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, you just need to.
There we go. that better?
No sound? Oh, is it turned on?
No idea.
Okay, there should be a green light too, up top.
There you go.
There we go. I think it should work.
All right.
Uh,
I do hear. There we go.
oh,
Apologies. I'm also running quite a little bit late, so I do apologize for that as well. But let me go ahead and connect again to my hotspot, and we can present. Oh, come on. Are we? There we go. First and foremost, thank you for having me here today, and to everybody here, thank you for attending. I was at it just actually not too long ago to come in and chat with you about not only Make, but also what we do. My name is Arturo Corrales, and I am a value engineer. So I work with all of our customers, enterprise side, that are looking at the ideation of potentially using Make. And then also as they become customers, I work also through the process of those business automations that are critical to actually make them come through, right? Perhaps you are a beginner user of Make, or maybe you're very technical, but some of the examples that we can bring in from other customers utilizing the platform, or just best practices that you can utilize are part of my responsibilities as well. And again, through the full cycle of beginning of before you're a customer, and then also through your life cycle as you become more advanced and more intertwined with the platform and the business processes that you're putting on Make as well. So a couple of things about Make before we do move forward. So first and foremost, what is Make and what does it look like? So we specialize in visualization and low-code, no-code automation. So what that means is that you can actually use the platform to empower your most powerful users and technical users, all the way from senior developers, perhaps programmers as well, but also maybe the intern that just joined to automate either processes that are going to benefit him or her in maybe reaching out in marketing or sales or HR. But even they can also use the platform to automate robust actual business processes that can be then scaled at large. And as you can see here, we have a very cool video of just exactly how you can actually visualize this. But at the same time, the main thing that also makes our platform very, very powerful to scale is that we do have 3,000 plus applications that are natively built by us to those particular either pieces of software or systems that you might be using. So the big hitters: Airtable, OpenAI, Monday.com. I work a lot with NetSuite, the Microsoft Office suite, the Google Office suite as well, Sheets, Google Drive, you name it. And if we don't have the app that is built natively, we also have the opportunity, thank you. You also have the opportunity to connect API to API endpoint. So if there exists a way to connect regardless via an API endpoint, you can still automate the process via a certain module, even if we have not built it natively. So again, that allows for that flexibility, and that allows for that empowerment, again, from all the way to your most technical users to the individuals that are just starting to learn how to even think in this manner, right? Either again, from I just want to automate the way that my emails come through my inbox, simple as that, or all the way to I want to automate the way that we onboard every single individual that we hire for this next season, for this next cycle. A little bit about Make, again, just some of the things that you can see out there, some of the big logos that we work with on a day-to-day basis. I'm in the team that has helped out Disney a little bit, and then also sometimes Bolt as well, big Uber like a company over in Europe. And again, we are based out of Czech Republic, so our US entity and our US footprint, I guess we can call it, is still very much growing, and also so is our Latin America footprint as well. But again, some things that you might see online. And again, what I mentioned earlier, if you look at the way that Make works, you're given the ability of those ideas, those business processes that are going to facilitate either an IT department or a marketing department or an HR department, and then giving the individuals the ability to actually customize them to what works best for them, right? Sometimes maybe you've been in this position in which you really want help with a large project and the IT team that could help you out is just absolutely backlogged. Well, no problem, we can take it on. We can do this in-house for that particular team by enabling them to get on Make and actually automating those processes. The one thing that we're starting to see, of course, is when you look at the scale of Make and how our customers use us, we have evolved from just A to B to C to D which is a very 1, 2, 3, yes, no, check, move on, forward. There is really no decision, no logic that is being made, decision making that is being made in the process that you're automating. However, with AI and the way that agentic AI has started to come in, now we're getting into more complex scenarios, as we call them natively, that are now having the need to be agentic. They have to make decisions. They have to understand context. And the way that you actually are now empowering your individuals is to actually be able to maybe even replace a full process that somebody used to do before, right? Now maybe they only get the results of that process that they were able to do prior to that automation being built. And this is a little bit of a visual, right? So we go from traditional workflows where we go from A to B to C, and there's no decision making whatsoever. We integrate with AI, right? You can still, we have an OpenAI or Anthropic Claude module that you can maybe, hey, understand context, but you still go ahead and continue with the flow with, again, not a lot of decision making. Just you understand the context, and maybe you grammatically corrected an email that was being sent out to a large marketing push. That's what maybe the ChatGPT module did. But then now here, we get into an opportunity with the AI agent over here in the very middle. We get an opportunity to then understand the context and then actually make a decision. Do we go up top and then maybe send an email? Or do we go at the bottom and maybe that person is not somebody that should be sent an email to, and we put it into our Airtable. We work on that and we iterate on that later. That decision making is something that is now at the core of what agentic AI is going to be integrated into Make. And again, same visual, but just a little bit more explained into how agents and how your company or anybody in your team or even yourself, right? You're at the end of this, you're going to get an opportunity to utilize our Pro plan with 10 to 20,000 operations. This is the way that you're going to be able to start building, right? And at the very end, of course, over here we have our grid, what we call, right? So we have different automations that are part of a specific folder or a specific team. And now you have the ability to start looking at the governance of what your company is doing, right? So you might see what the reporting automation team is doing, maybe what the data team is doing, and then maybe what the IT team is doing. And if you like that particular flow, you can maybe grab it, copy it, and then now maybe customize it to some of the things that you are doing. But as an administrator, you also get the opportunity to then understand truly what are the business critical processes and what are those applications that are at the core, at the center of everything that we're doing. I'll show you a visual here in the demo in a little bit. But again, it's just a way of then scaling that up into those teams, giving that, again, that empowerment, but then also understanding how it is affecting your business directly. AI, nothing here. Again, the ideation of everything that we've talked about, right? We've looked at all the things that go with AI and agentic AI, right? Where you learn and you adapt, you communicate, you push, you plan, and again, all of that circle going into now the decision making that an AI agent can do. Same thing, everything that we talked about. And I think after this, I can go into the demo, which is perfect. So for some background context, we're going to show a Slackbot demo that is connected to a automation flow, which you can see here. So I'll go through the process of kind of explaining what we're doing here. We are not powering and we're not providing the chatbot that we're about to see. So instead, that chatbot is communicating to this webhook, which is going to be a trigger. The moment this webhook receives any message, it's going to start the process of making that decision making, right? And at the top, we're going to go into a view of understanding the context of just a person typing into the channel. It's an IT channel, for example, that is going to create a Jira ticket, right? And at the top, it's going to then decipher what the person is saying. And if we go on the bottom route, that person actually said, hey, you know what? I need help. I know where I am. Create a ticket, please, right? And you can start seeing a little bit of some of the steps of how this is built, right? First, we get the hook and we get the information. And then we actually are seeing here even little things like the bot is going to actually add a reaction, just like, hey, I'm thinking, right? Because it's actually running the agent here. And once this agent is done thinking, is then actually going to remove the reaction and then add again the reaction and then send a message back to you responding, right? So even those little things of just how a normal interaction would be with a human, potentially, on the quotations, we're even thinking that far into it and the way that you can also automate those things, right? And again, here, you're just having hey, I have a ticket. Perfect. Here's the list of the way that you can build a ticket. We're going to actually give you some options of what to do. We're going to then decide where to send that ticket, in this case, Jira. And then, of course, letting you know that we have created it. So I'll show you what that looks like over here. And so when I go to my Slack, again, you can see that we actually have had the opportunity to do this a lot, right? So I'm going to do a very similar message that you see from the one that is above me. So what I'm going to do is say, hi, I'm lost. What can you, if I can type, what can you help me with? And it'll create a thread, right? So now we're seeing the reaction pop up. Here's my reply. And again, the Slack bot itself is not the one that we're powering. The Slack bot is just simply relying on that information that we've created on the AI agent. And I'll show you what the structure looks like in a second. But regardless, we have the ability to answer IT-related FAQs, perhaps if a tool is available, or create an IT support ticket. So we'll do the middle one, and then we'll create an IT support ticket. And then I'll also show you the direct route that somebody can take of, I just want to create a Jira ticket. So let's go into the middle option, in which we do, I want to see the list of tools that are approved. So let's see, I want to see tools that are approved. So again, it's going to think, and all this happening real time in the background with the automation that I showcased earlier. And it's going to take a second, but perfect. Now we have the ability to see, hey, well, I can help you with these tools that are approved in this particular AI agent. Can you build a different one with other tools that are approved? Absolutely. But the way that the AI agent is going to work in the constraints and the context that you gave it. And so we know that I can talk about Slack, Zoom, Google Workspace, Dropbox, ClickUp, Notion, yada, 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 LastPass, all those things, right? And so I'm going to say, fantastic. That also actually doesn't answer my question. None of that works for me because my laptop is broken. Thank you for the list. And it's going to say, okay, you should have said that from the beginning. Here's the issue. Okay, is it critical? High. And we'll say it's low. I can still do my job. Perfect. Here's my reaction. It's going to remove it here in a second. And it's going to give me then a link directly to the Jira that was created. There it is. So now I have my ticket that was created, and I can reference it as well. And then I can't show the Jira, just the demo box environment, because I do have to put in some credentials. But it actually is created, right? So now, yes, please. One more time.
Since you have emojis as well in the response, does it recognize that?
It does. Yeah, it does. One of the things that this one doesn't necessarily do is for emojis that you put in, but it does recognize I want to specifically put in a check, or I want to put in a thinking bubble or an X or something else. You can 1000% automate that and pass that information. Yes, it does. So I'll say, perfect, thank you. And now we can move into, again, a more direct route of same thing. Let's say laptop instead, not broken, but laptop not working. Few word do trick, why not? And again, it'll create the thread. And instead of all the information that it gave me before, it should directly lead into telling me and asking what the level of the severity is as well, right? So we actually just saw both the routes that we wanted to take in this example here, right? At the top was let's define the context and find out more about what the person is saying. At the bottom is a very direct route. So now let's look at what the AI agent actually is doing. So we have a couple of things that are happening. So the AI agent itself is going to make decisions. And while we sent the message, those decisions of what it can do are actually connected to other scenarios that we have built. So what does that look like, right? So we go into maybe this scenario here, which is our Jira ticket creation scenario. Perfect. Create a ticket. So you still have to feed it that ability to understand the context and be able to do the thing that the person might be asking. And all that embedded here as well, right? I did. Check. Yeah. I don't think I'm hot anymore, actually. Did it run out of battery? Check. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry about that. come back. Of course, the most important part of everything, you can load either a piece of text that will be the context of what the AI agent is doing, or as we've done, if it can be a little bit more complex, you can load a file that will also be part of the context that you're loading into the AI agent. But regardless, this is where you can kind of see that behind the scenes of then how you are building not only the part of the process of what the AI agent is responding to, understanding, but more importantly, then this is the bigger kicker, right? The scenarios that it's actually then taking action on, right? I want to build a Jira ticket. I want to build something in Google. I want to send something to somebody, right? These are the actions that it's going to take, and that's going to be attached here at the, we'll call it scenarios that are linked, right, to that particular AI agent. This is just one example, right? We have plenty of different other use cases that either ourselves internally are using. We call it make runs make, or also what customers are also doing. And some pretty complex, pretty cool projects that I'm working on with some customers at the moment. Again, all related to what AI agent you're doing. And one of the things that I'll just lastly, before I stop talking and everything, thank you for listening. The one thing that I can show you is also just what it takes to build. And a couple of things are actually happening here. Again, you can see how easy it is to just select from a list of applications that are available and natively built. But I do want to run an AI agent. And what I want to do is actually show you, let's just create one with a file, doesn't matter. So when you create an agent, you also have the ability to choose whether you want to use Make's AI own provider, or whether you have maybe your own LLM that is smart enough to then be connected based on context that it has learned through the business processes that are already embedded into what you've been doing prior to joining Make, right? So whether that is OpenAI, Claude, Gemini, Azure, Grok, or even a different one at the very bottom, right? If there's a different provider that you guys have chosen prior to this, you do have the ability of powering that AI agent with either Make's own provider or your own that you can bring as well. So it can be flexible. And every time that you create a new scenario or an AI agent, you have the ability to choose whether you want to use something that you've built prior to this, an LLM that has information and context, or use entirely a new one as just, AI agent is just answering a ticket, no problem. There's no context that it needs. That is super complicated, right? And again, this is just how easy it is to just drag, drop. I haven't coded anything whatsoever. And then if I wanted to do something else, then I just connect it again to Slack, or, we'll go to maybe then after this, Google Drive, right? Upload or share drive, perfect. And all of a sudden I have 3 steps that are happening. This is a very, very vague example because you've seen how it can be built. But at the same time, you see how easy it is to just slide and connect and arrange and move around. And you can then see how you can truly empower somebody that has zero idea of what programming or coding may look like, because we give you those options that would be actually written in line code, right? That are these options that you see here on the right. But that concludes the part of the demo. If there are any questions or anything, I believe we have time, right, Rosemary? Yes, please.
What makes your product, I would say, what are the advantages of your product over, say, another competitor like NANet? And say, how would you convince someone that's already in NANet to kind of make the switch? Is that easy?
Yeah, great question. So if anybody heard it, so our product compared to other competitors out there, the one that was mentioned was N8N. There's also Zapier out there. The main thing I would say is the ease of usability, and the threshold to learn the platform really well is much, much lower in Make. There are some very sophisticated tools that N8N has. For example, bringing your own code and actually coding part of that into what you are building. However, I will say that we also have now also added that ability as well. So this is brand new. So you actually have the ability to come in and drop your own Python or JavaScript into Make, and then automate it as well, part of that. So we're trying to bridge that gap for more technical and I'll call it more advanced users that still want the familiarity in the platform and still be able to do some things very customizable from what they were used to do. But this is actually new as of like 3 weeks ago. And even some of the use cases that I've seen for customers that are starting to use it, even myself using this has been pretty eye-opening, truthfully. So we're trying to bridge that gap for those coders and those engineers and the programmers. And I think we're kind of hitting that as well. But I would say the main concept that we have for over the customers that are coming over or the customers that are choosing Make over an AN is going to be that ease of usability and that threshold to really, really learn the platform moving forward. Thank you for your question. Yeah. Yes.
Notice that in ChatGPT you have completions, but in like Claude you have prompts. Are there additional actions and interactions with these agents, or do you have very specific behaviors you support it for?
Each of them will have different specific behaviors, but at the same time, it's just more of what the context you're giving it, right, to the AI agent. I will say that if you're powering an AI agent from each one of those, the results, when you compare them, are going to be very different, right? But it really just depends on the results that you're looking for. So if you want to, again, follow what the structure of OpenAI is, and you feel comfortable with that as you're building, then we have no problems with that. Same thing for Claude, right? So it's just up to whatever works best for how you want to build, truthfully. And I think I saw in the back, yes. So a couple of things. You have a history of things that have happened to the scenario itself. And I can also show you in the relation of governance as well. But you can look at the history of either the scenario being run, a change that was made into that scenario, and then also be able to pull it up on the right-hand side here. So you have, we won't call it version history because there's a lot of individual parts into every module that would create version 1.0007776 as opposed to just adding something else, right? That we can call it that. So there is no true version history, but you will be able to see, let's say, I know that I made a change to this scenario last week. Let me walk back to it and then grab it and then see and just maybe copy and paste it somewhere else, right? And then governance itself, again, as I mentioned earlier, we'll look at grid. You can kind of get an idea of then how things are connected when you look at then governance. What is happening around the business? What is happening around in the automations that we have? It'll take a second to load just because this is a pretty hefty, this is our demo environment that we use for, again, talking to customers. But what you'll see here is then, perfect. We have different teams that are utilizing the platform and our organization. And as you start zooming in, you have different folders within a particular team. So every large square is then going to be a particular team. So maybe this is HR, and maybe this is marketing. Very vague, right? Within marketing, we have this particular folder, and then we can kind of get an idea of, again, as I mentioned, you can reuse AI agents. And all of a sudden you understand, well, this AI agent is powering 5 different scenarios. So we need to really understand why we're giving that AI agent so much power, number one, under quotations. But then also, you can kind of start getting an idea of then the big applications, the processes that are critical, right? So if somebody makes a change, and let's pretend that this wasn't an AI agent, let's say it was Salesforce. Somebody makes a change to Salesforce, is that critical? Because it's connected to 5 different scenarios. If we make a change in Salesforce, in the Salesforce instance, is that going to affect that connection that we have? Potentially, right? We are now at the critical stage where we have 5 different scenarios that are talking, the 5 different automations, business processes that are talking to that connection, right? And again, all of this can be viewed here. And it is technically in beta, but at the same time, it's functional. Again, as you might see, the only beta part is we're taking more feedback of what else would you want to see if you click here, right? But again, maybe we go over to, like I said, marketing, and we start maybe seeing that, well, maybe this is a little bit more isolated over here, right? So we have one agent that, oh, actually, this is not an agent. It's just a make process that is powering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different scenarios. And then isolated over here, we have another make operational module that is powering 4. And they're not really interconnected in this folder. So maybe it's not as critical if maybe a change is made here. But when you start seeing the web connecting more and more and more, here we have another folder where everything is connected. And now we see that there's an error here. So now I can go into that particular module and then look at the connection and then understand why are all these processes broken? Well, because the main thing that is actually feeding all of them is not working at the moment, right? So it's one way to look at governance, right? To your answer of things that are happening that are not directly in your team or directly things that you have done personally. But this is, again, we call it grid, and it's one of the best ways that I've seen a lot of customers that have really intricate business units or isolated business units, this is the best way. Really good feedback on understanding what's going on throughout the business. Yep, exactly. So precisely this one, because it's in the one that we actually are highlighting, we know that that connection is not active. It's grayed out, right? But the other ones should be active, and they want to be active, but they are not grayed out, right? So that one is active. This one isn't, right? So the moment you start zooming in and you select it, if you see that at the very top over here, I can't reach, but it says deactivated on this right-hand side. Yeah. Going back to here. Any other questions? All right, no questions. Well, that's a good thing. All right, perfect. Again, thank you for having me. Thank you for paying attention. I'm hanging around after if you want to chat, but appreciate you letting me showcase what we do and what I do on a day-to-day basis with our customer base. Thank you. Perfect.
Okay. Actually, let me get this. This. Okay, let me hold it too. Okay, so thank you so much, Arturo, for the presentation and also the demo. I think, as I mentioned too, we're now getting into the second part of this meetup event, and we'll have you create a make.com account if you haven't already done so. And that's the QR code and also the bit.ly link. And basically, we'd like to invite you to look at their templates, look at their pre-built templates, and then build from, actually this one get cut off, but basically build, take a look at those exercises, and then also then go to their how-to guides to look through and pick something that you feel that you'll be interested in. So I invite you to now go through some of these exercises, and then we are around to help answer questions for you too. So does it sound good? Yeah. Or are there folks already familiar with it? If you want to go ahead and do advanced stuff too, that also is welcome too. But otherwise, yeah, feel free to create an account and then start getting your hands on. Oh yeah, that's right. And Yue mentioned too, reminding us of there's also a Make Academy too. So if you go to make.com, their website, there's also a link to their academy too. So the academy probably have more structured kind of learning steps too that you can follow. So you can also check that out as well. So between how-to guides and Make.Academy, you can start to get your hands into it and also explore some of the templates. Like in the bottom here, that's the link to their templates, and you can find them on Make.com's website too. So, yep. So yeah, feel free to start exploring, and then we'll be walking around. And let's say for the next 40 minutes, 30 minutes, you can do that and then ask questions. And feel free if you want to if you build something you want to showcase, that we'll also welcome you to showcase it here too. So yeah, so spend the next 30 minutes, 40 minutes or so. And then we can take a break after that and have some cookies and candies outside too, and then come back again and do the second part. So yeah, and then yeah, so feel free. Yeah, thank you. All right. Okay. Yep. And then just one more reminder too, if you have not, when you come, especially if you have come late, if you haven't checked in with Crystal yet, Crystal is right there. We just want to scan your check-in code and make sure you're here. We're starting to also like mark your attendance. So then, yeah, we're thinking actually of having some kind of raffle. So if the more you show up, maybe we're gonna be like holiday time or end of year, we may do a raffle too. So you never know, but we would like to make sure we keep track of that. So yeah, please go to Crystal if you haven't already checked in with her yet. So thank you. Your question? No? Okay. Some kind of like music in the room. I was thinking some soft music, right?
Music, I don't have, but online I have. I don't play music on TV. But in some
The room should have some music, right? Bye.